Welcome to the next Blue Light Hotspot, where I'm going to tune in to the country of Wales and share a little bit of information about it. Now, you have Ireland, you have Scotland, you have England, and you have Wales. And but as I do these readings, Spirit is not taking me to current events. So you may have heard me say that before. They are taking me to frequencies that existed before all of these different countries were even named what they are named, long before they even had those borders, long before there was any major conflicts. But I'm going to look for the common threads that go through Wales, the frequency threads that really are the foundation of the energy frequencies of the country. Now, I will say what's a little bit different between Wales and England.
Elaborate, please.
Is when I was tuned into England, there was that kind of frenetic type noise energy, almost like, hearing the hum of the crowd in the background. For Wales, it was quite different, even though it's right there. The energy is very, very different. The thing about the country of Wales was there's a really ancient sacredness. And I will say that sacredness does flow throughout all the other countries, but there's something about Wales that it's almost under glass, if I can put it that way. Where you have this platter of food but you put it under glass to keep it kind of protected and keep the food warm. So it's very similar like that in Wales. So let me go through and kind of share with you all in Wales what I was picking up in the area. So I'm always looking for the blue light. So that's what I'm looking for. And it took me a while to find the blue light. There's a lot of protection around the country of Wales. There's a lot of kind of filters. There's a lot of barriers. There's that protection, and it's all around protecting our sacredness. So I did notice this kind of dome. It was almost like a metal dome of protection, and yet underneath it I could see there was a lot of sacred life-giving grace. That's just how I will describe it. So when I'm looking around trying to find the blue light, it was definitely under this dome over the country. It was deep in the earth. I would say it was like 60 miles deep. There was this beautiful pool of this blue water, and there were a lot of blue dragons around. What was interesting about these blue dragons, it's almost like they haven't seen the light of day for a long time, that there's something underneath that they're protecting, or that they're just keeping sacred. That's what I just keep hearing about Wales, is maintaining the sacredness of the country and of the frequency and of the lineage, of the ancestral lineage. And I have to say, there's a lot of connections of the ancestral lineage that goes all around the world. And I do realize it's the same for all other countries, but there's a sacred thread. That's how I'm going to describe it. There's a sacred thread that goes through the tapestry of the DNA of the people that are there. Now, so these dragons, let me get back to them, because if you've ever seen the luminescent waters, even if you've never been to a place where you can move the water around and see all this blue kind of light up in the dark, you've probably seen pictures or images of it, or you can look it up online. That's what these dragons look like. It's like they're glow in the dark blue. And then there's this really deep pool of blue, quite dark but also very luminescent blue, where it just shines. It has a shine to it, but it is deep in the earth. It is not coming to the surface, and there's almost this sense of, again, protecting the sacred. I'm just going to keep coming back to that, protecting the sacred. And I am just being told that when it is time, what has been hidden will be revealed, then that's when it will be revealed. And the blue light frequency is all about dissolving illusions and illuminating truth. And if there's been tens of thousands of years of protection in that area, then it's been holding pretty solid for a while now. So when I asked if the area was similar to having, I knew that there were, the underworld was quite strong there, but the upper world's quite strong there as well. When I asked if it was also a part of the Elven community of the keepers of the magic and the sacred magic, I was really surprised at the answer that came. And so just looking at my notes, I asked if this area was also the Elven community, and was told that although you have a shared kinship with the Elven community, that no, this area was an area of the Lyran peoples. So if you've never heard of the Lyran star people, it's Lyran, Lyrans, S, and that they don't have to have lion features, but they can have very distinct lion features, lioness features, but they can also be very human in their features with some lioness qualities. And I bet a lot of you have seen people where you're like, wow, you look like a cat. They would probably have large lioness qualities. I was really surprised by this. So let me see if I can make my notes. The Lyrans have been coming since the beginning of time, since before the Lemurians and Atlanteans are here. They came from an ancient planet during a galactic war. They shifted to different parts of the galaxies when their planet was destroyed, not just a part of their country, but the whole planet was destroyed. And many came to the area of Wales. In addition to that, Wales, what I'm picking up is having a very strong connection with the Egyptians and with the goddess Sekhmet. Can also be, I don't think it's Baptiste, but it's the form of Sekhmet, the goddess, the lion goddess, which would have been more of the cat goddess. So let's see, what did they say about this? Strong connection to Egypt, Sekhmet, and Bastet. That's the name, Bastet. So I invite you all to look up that. It's a very deep connection. Now, I did talk about in Ireland where there were some Egyptian connections, and only to find out later there seems to be Egyptian connections all throughout that whole area. But it's almost like landing in Wales first, like almost like it seemed like it had the oldest connection. I knew it. With Egypt, very, very deep. The Lyrans said they came here when there was a power imbalance to assist the Elven community, the stone people, the tree people, and the mountain peoples. The sacred beings of light that were feeling as if they were losing the battle with the darkness, or as the Elvens describe, the ink that it stained everything that it touched. And so the Lyrans came in, and in exchange for finding a community that they could be at home with, in exchange they helped, because they know what it was like to be under attack or taken advantage of, having to really kind of stand up to the forces, destructive forces. And so that's really influencing the peoples there, where there's a sense of quiet strength. So, quiet strength. If you think about the lion has a pretty big, impressive energy field about them. Like, they're the king of the jungle. It's like if they're laying there or they're standing there or they come out from the grasses, you just know not to mess with them. Well, it's kind of like that with the people of Wales, that really quiet strength. They don't need to say too many words for you to get the point. And Spirit's like, yeah, they got this look. They've got this look where it's like, they just look and you just know, don't cross this line. So anyway, I got a big kick out of that. I am told there was a major battle of the light and the dark magic in the area, and that in this area there's large stacks of curses, spells, locks on portals, vortexes, protections that still exist to this day. So remember, when I was talking, if you haven't watched the Blue Light Hotspot in England, we talked about the Elven community did split in different places in the world to go kind of hide the magic. So the Lyrans really assisted them with that as well. So during that time, when you weren't separate countries, where you didn't have separate borders, where you didn't have separate, languages, there was this unifying commonality. You could find some common ground, even though you were dramatically different. So, yeah, with Wales, there are, like the people of Wales and the land of Wales, the other dimensional beings that are strongly connected to Wales, kind of linked up with Wales, is a very ancient complexity of maintaining the magic in the world. And there's a preciousness to it, and there's a sacredness to it. And then there's this lion's roar protection around it. So as I was being guided by the blue beings of light, they were sharing that a lot of the people of Wales have that kind of Lyran DNA. So I'm going to connect and hopefully connect my video of, do you have Lyran personality traits? So we'll get that connected up so that you can take a look at that as well. So after I did all my research before I made this video, I thought, gosh, I wonder if Wales has anything to do with not Lyrans, but lions. And I looked it up and I saw like this emblem. So I don't know if it's the flag or if it represents the Wales community, but it has I think it's a lion on it. And I was just like, oh, is that for real? So anyone from Wales or in this, I'd love to hear from you in the comment section. And if you can share with me and with others, what is the significance of that lion symbol that you have? I would absolutely love that. So again, there's the blue, the deep water of blue. It will come to the surface when it is time for it to be revealed. It definitely is not lost. It's not forgotten. The dragons are not lost. They're not forgotten. They are in that holding pattern until the frequency in the middle world, in the world that we live in the 3D world, is in such a state that that they can come back to the surface in a safe, balanced, harmonious way. All right, Wales, thank you so much for letting me tap in and see a little bit into the window of what you've got going on there. Would definitely love to hear more from you. All right, everyone in Wales and the rest of the world, take care. And remember, we're stronger together than we've ever been apart. And in that river of life, we are in good company with each other. All right, take care. I'll see you on the next blue light. Bye-bye.